Hi guys, Virginia here and I'm back with another 12 by 12 process video for you today, and this one's for the SpiegelMom scrap shop. So I decided to use a cut file today. I wanted to make some shaker pockets, but I was really focused on the Funky New Year mix. It's a bit of an older mix and I haven't used it. It's a bunch of really like matte black sequins, glossy black sequins, and then there's some white and black and white polka dots. It's just a really cool mix, and black isn't particularly a colour that I'm drawn to in scrapbooking, but I recently purchased the Amy Tangerine Shine On collection, which has a lot of black in it, and so I thought it would be kind of the perfect opportunity to break it out and have a play with it and combine it with these gorgeous sequins. So I do bring in some gold as well, knowing me, but yeah. Okay, so the cut file I'm using today is called Pop-Up Star. It's from my shop, but I'm just taking you through how I decided how many of what ones I wanted to use on my layout. So I'm kind of mapping it out on the page what I want to do. I want to make a couple of shaker pockets, not too many, because I want to add a lot of the circular black sequins in and amongst the stars. That's kind of my main goal for this layout. So I'm just I've stacked them all together. They fit perfectly within each other, and you'll see what I'm going to do with them shortly. I did resize a few, and I did also I'm duplicating the little smaller ones at the moment just so that I can do some little mini stars around the page as well. So I think that's roughly what I'm going to end up with. I'm just going to take a screenshot of it. And then I do end up kind of spreading it out onto my layout, all of the stars, and they are going to dictate basically what I cut my pattern paper out of. So I'm going to keep the 3 stars stick together, because what I'm going to do is basically each star I'm going to alternate pattern paper. So all the stars that I've got along that top row there, those larger ones, I'll cut 1 each, so it'll be 4 different pattern papers, and then I will kind of alternate and mix up the patterns between them as I build the layout. So you'll see that shortly. So I'm just laying them out, and there we go. You can see my cutting mat, how they were all set out on my design space. I've gone ahead and cut them, and now I'm just peeling them off my cutting mat, and you'll see I've got 3 stars in each of those bits there. So I'm going to pull them apart and I'm going to start laying it all out on my layout. So I'm grabbing the larger ones, the outside pieces first, and kind of spreading them around, and then I can take the center, well the next medium-sized star, should go with that. I'm kind of laying them in and kind of alternating those colors like I said, and then popping the little one in as well. And I just kind of continue on, just mapping them out, making sure I've got a variety of colour spread around the page, so that there's not all black in one section and all pink in one section. I want to just make sure that it's all a lot of variety going on. So just continuing to add them. I'm going to add some without centres as well, because they're going to be my shaker pockets. Just some little shaker pockets. I'm just deciding I want to get, like I said, variety around the page. I'm going to put in my little ones, and I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to find the sequence that I want. Just looking for them. There we go. That's my Funky New Year mix. And then I do bring in some of the Hexaglam mix, which is the gold mix. And I've got one packet that I have absolutely pulled out all of the glitter gold sequins in, but I have a bunch of tiny little gold stars left in it, so I thought that was perfect to kind of bring them in and fill in those tiny little shaker stars that I'm going to make. So I do pull out a whole lot of extra ones as well. I'm pretty sure I don't end up using them. Okay, so I'm going to start making my shaker pockets first. So the ones I've designated as shaker pockets, I'm just popping a little bit of glue behind them and then adhering them to some acetate and trimming off the excess. And I think this one here I decided to make into a shaker pocket as well. So I'm just finding a bit of acetate that's large enough. I'll put glue behind that one, and trim that off as well. I'm just going to let it sit there for a little bit. And I'm just trying to decide where I want to put that third shaker pocket. So this one's slightly smaller. And I'm just going to adhere that to some acetate and trim off the excess as well. Pop that one in place. This one I think is dried enough. So I'll trim that one down as well. There we go. Tidy up my mess a little bit. And now I can start kind of forming the wells that will trap those sequins within those secret pockets. So I've just got some white foam tape. It's a little bit too thick for the cut file, so I've just trimmed it lengthways in half, and that's thin enough. And I'm just kind of threading it around the outside of that star. These are really easy shaker pockets to make. It's a really nice basic shape. And I am going to just finish off that one. I'm going to pop a few of the ones that I want. So we've got some of that funky New Year, and then those tiny little gold stars I'm adding in the mix as well. And then I can just pop my star on top once I've peeled the backing off. Super cute. Nice chunky little shaker pocket. So I've gone ahead and filled in the other two shaker pockets as well. I didn't make you watch it, but I did want to show you how I do the rest of the stars. So the idea of the cut file is, like I said, it's pop-up stars. So the first one I'm going to pop down on glue directly to the cardstock. The second one I am going to pop up on just one layer of foam, and I'll peel the backing off that, and then pop that in the center. And then the center one, the tiny one, I'm going to pop up on 2 layers of foam tape, and then pop that in the center. So you kind of get the gist now. It's a pop-up star. So this one I'm going to do the reverse. I'm going to do the little star adhere directly to the cardstock background. The middle one will again be on a single layer of foam tape, foam squares. I'm going to pop that around that one, and then my larger one on the outside this time will be on 2 layers of foam, so it's kind of going downward into the star, if that makes sense. I'm not sure what you would call that. How do you describe it? It's not pop up, the opposite of pop up. Pop down. I don't know. It's a bit late at night. Okay, so I'm just going to finish that up. Like I said, 2 layers of foam on this one. Just quickly do that, and then I can pop that one in place, and we've got a really fun little effect on the layout. Okay, so I didn't make you watch it all. They're all done. I just kind of alternated them, and I love the look. I love those little shaker pockets. They are just so gorgeous, those little stars. I really should have done more, but yeah, I knew I wanted to add a whole lot of those matte black sequins around the page as well. So I decided to just brave it and cut around my stars. I was going to tear, and then I thought, no, tearing can kind of be a little bit unforgiving. It can tear in the wrong places. I might tear my stars. So I thought I would just bite the bullet and use my scissors and kind of cut around those stars. I wanted to use this black and polka dot pattern paper from the Shine On collection, just because it felt kind of confetti-ish, I guess. And I thought it would go really well with my layout. So I wanted to kind of have it offset, like the white on the left and then this black on the right. And I love that. I love the look. It's really fun. Really cool layout. In the end, the photos I've got, they're just of Edison, my daughter, on her birthday, one of her birthdays. I think this was 2 years ago, so it must have been her 3rd birthday. I made her a cake. She wanted a unicorn cake, so I baked her a big round cake and made this unicorn cake topper. It was super cute, and she absolutely loved it. When I made it, showed her the cake, she wasn't so much interested in the cake. She just wanted to eat the unicorn, which was much to my dismay, because I'd spent hours slaving over this unicorn. But that's okay. What am I going to do with it? It'll end up in the bin, wouldn't it? I'm not going to keep them forever. So she had fun. She ripped off its unicorn horn and ate it, and then Dad helped as well. And then we had cake. So yeah, she was rather quite chuffed with it. So I thought that these stars and the colours would go kind of really cool with this birthday layout. So I'm just backing my photos. Haven't really done much interesting while I was rambling on. I'm just popping a bit of colour behind them. So I've done a black initial layer under both the photos, and then I'm going to do a light minty green under one and then that pink under the other. I'm going to pop them both up on adhesive foam, and I'm going to have one kind of to the top and one close to the bottom, and just have them stacked around those stars, and that's going to give me places to embellish. Okay, so I'm just kind of looking through things, trying to familiarise myself. I haven't really used this collection much. I know it's an older one, but it's new to me, so I'm just trying to familiarise myself, like I said, with the stuff that's in it. I did pull out a large die cut piece. I thought that would be great for my journaling, and it kind of fit lovely or perfectly in between those two photos on a bit of an angle. I managed to cover up the sentiment at the top of it that I didn't particularly want, but it's a nice spot for my journaling, kind of central on the page between those two photos. So yeah, a couple of die cut plants, because they have nothing to do with the with the layout, but I wasn't sure whether I would use them on anything else. So they go great with the colour scheme, so that's pretty much what they're doing. It's just adding some colour to the layout. Okay, I'm going to bring in some of my Distress Oxides. I think this is spun sugar and spray. Yep. I'm just going to spread a little bit of that around the layout, just for that pop of light pink, and then I'm going to go ahead and splatter some gold Liquitex acrylic ink. Again, we're going for this kind of explosion party style confetti design. So I've let that dry. I've come back now. I'm going to pop all my pieces back in place that I'd originally chosen, and then I'm going to have a quick little look through the sticker sheet. I want to use up some of those, again, random pieces. Got some leaves, not leaves, a little plant I'm going to tuck down on the other one. They're clear stickers as well, so they kind of lend themselves well to be used on this white cardstock, and it's not very often that I actually use a white cardstock base. So while I'm using it, I'm trying to make sure that I use those clear stickers. I'm going to add a bunch of sentiments on there. I've got party, smile. I can't see what the other one is, it's a little bit too small. There are some stickers at the back of that sticker sheet that's got like days of the week and months of the year. So I've just pulled off June because that's the month her birthday is in. So I've popped that on that little journaling spot, and then I'm going through the thickers, and I've pulled off the word party, which is in gold, so it matches perfectly with the layout. So that's going to be my title. I did also pull off a little grey bunny and pop that on the journaling spot. If you followed me for a while, you'll probably know that Edison's favourite toy is her bunny, so if I can, I will put a bunny on a layout with her. Yeah, there is never a bad reason to put a bunny on a layout with Edison in it. Okay, I'm going to pull off some of these little chipboard stars as well and scatter them around the page. I've popped those white ones purposely on the right hand side of the page because they will get lost on the white cardstock, but they stand on their own on their black, and I've glued them all down. And now for the fun bit, the sequins. So I am just going crazy with my glue putting dots everywhere and popping those sequins in it. So just picking them up with my tweezers really quickly. The ends of my tweezers are a little bit sticky from using them to wipe off glue and stuff, so it's really easy for me to just pop the tip of my tweezers into the top of the sequin and it picks them up, which is really good for me, because then I don't need to muck around with one of those sticky tools that I can never seem to get to work. So yeah, again, going crazy with the glue. I want to add more to the layout, and this time I'm going to do tiny little stars, and like I said, this is where my tweezers come in handy having sticky ends, because they were just an absolute breeze to pick up and pop down on the glue. Yeah, tiny little stars that I would normally reserve for shaker pockets, I picked them up and put them on super easily. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I popped a bunch all around that layout and a few little stars around the word party as well. And that's it for my layout. So I hope you enjoyed the process. Don't forget to use the code Virginia15 at the SpiegelMom Scrap Shop to get 15% off your order. But until next time, bye guys.